All right, well, whether you're just starting off in the workforce, or you've been working for a number of years, we all want to be satisfied with our salaries.
But negotiating a raise or a salary can certainly be uncomfortable. So joining us now with great tips on how to have a successful experience is Andres Lares. He's the managing partner at Shapiro Negotiations Institute. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I want a raise, and I'm not going to take it anymore. That's it. Help me.
Well, that's a lot of pressure.
But you say you need to start strong,
Well,
and I think people are worried. Like right now, people are thinking, oh my gosh, I'm even lucky to have a job. The company's going to cry poor because of the pandemic. What's your advice?
well, you know, there's a saying we always have, which is nothing convinces like conviction. And so starting strong is so important because you not only want to get yourself to a confident state, but you also want to portray that confidence early on to the other side, just to let them know that you're a valuable candidate and that you're worth it.
All right, so start strong. Communicate value. Communicate your value. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so one of the things is often where we're negotiating, especially when it's for ourselves, like a job negotiation, for example, we feel like it's bragging. So the way we try to get people thinking about it is it's not bragging if it's true and if you can back it up. So you want to be able to succinctly sort of retell that story of how much value you bring to the table in a way that is compelling. It's short and sweet, and like I said, it's not bragging. So just really believe in it.
And this, know your facts, which also means knowing your value. You should know the median salary for your job. And they say sometimes men are better at this than women, but find out what people are making doing similar jobs.
Yeah, so it's interesting. We all will look at comps at other houses when we're buying a house or renting a house. We'll do the same for cars. But for some reason, many of us get into a job negotiation and we sort of just wing it. And so the reality is we should be doing the same process, right? So there are certainly a lot of tools we can look up online, median, the salaries for the job you have or are looking for, and reviews publicly for the organization. And so you should be able to really not only have read that, but really know it inside out, again, to have that confidence, but to then be able to refer to those facts when you're in the meeting, which further demonstrate your value, right? It really is a signal that you come prepared and you're aware of what you bring to the table.
And this is a bizarre statement, but I was at a job once and I had saved the company $500,000. I was working for an advertising company in the human resource department, and it was something with a temp division, but I was prepared to walk. I mean, like if I didn't get the raise that I wanted, I was prepared to walk, and I walked.
Well, I'm glad you bring that up because I think the biggest part isn't even whether you are going to walk in the end or not, but being prepared to. Otherwise, you really aren't negotiating at all, right? It's almost extortion, right? What power do you have if you're going to accept anything that the other party will give you? So that's a really good example of doing that, and being prepared to walk is one of the best ways to get leverage in negotiation for sure.
Well, they say sometimes no is the most powerful. Now, if your company comes to you and says, that's just not what we do, you're only getting a 2% raise, that's what everyone gets. What do you do with that answer, even after you've laid out your case?
Well, then there's two parts. So one is really try and negotiate and really from the beginning as many aspects as possible. So you're not just negotiating salary, you're negotiating for paid time off or flexibility in the office, for the title. I mean, all of those things are really negotiable. And so if you're negotiating all those things at one time, what you're able to do is they say, look, you can only get a 4% raise. Well, then can you get another week PTO, 1 or 2 days remote, an increase in title, commitment to join a leadership team, support with education, anything else that's important to you. And so what you want to avoid as much as possible is asking for a raise only dollars, because if they shut that down or it isn't what you want, you really have no other avenues in addition to walking.
Right. So again, just reemphasize, self-confidence provides the foundation upon which all great negotiation is built.
Well said.
No, yeah. You said it. I'm just reading it.
All right.
Even better said then.
You have a whole website too, ShapiroNegotiations.com. So good to know there are experts out there you can teach others. So thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, and good luck to all the graduates.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point, right? They're out there.